Aloha Tiki community. It's definitely been a while since I've posted. You could say 1, 2, 3, a few months. But I'm back. So today we are going to go over my top 5 favorite Tiki mugs. So we shall get started. Okay, my 5th favorite Tiki mug on the list is this guy. So this is kind of a weird Tiki mug, I guess you could say, because you can open it. But also, what's kind of weird is that if you're sitting at a bar, you can take this, put it down on the counter, and flip the skull like that, like an upside-down pineapple. Kind of looks like a pineapple head skull, which is pretty cool, or you could do it this way if you're really risky. But story on how I got this is my aunt actually works down at a tiki bar. She DJs there in New York, and they had a bunch of these like in back storage because they never ended up actually using them for their drinks. And she gave me one because they had extra, and I guess the owner said that she could give one to me. There's no really official name for this. I don't really know what to call it. I'm just going to call it the Black Hawaiian Skull. There's no brand, but this is a really cool mug, I'd say. Or if you guys aren't into tiki, I guess this is a good candy jar or whatever. But yeah, so this is 5th place for my favorite tiki mug. Let's bring in 4th place. Alright, coming in number 4, we got this vintage moai mug that is from the great Kowloon in Saugus, Massachusetts. One-of-a-kind tiki bar. It's gonna go away, sadly, but it's still holding up for now, and I will visit it as many times as I can before it closes. Unfortunately, it is on the endanger list, but the Kowloon. How do you not like the Kowloon? So, in New England area, we don't really have a lot of tiki bars, and it's gonna even shrink more when it closes its doors. But the Kowloon is basically the tiki palace of the Boston area or Massachusetts area. They have really cool drinks. They have Chinese food, sushi, everything. Really cool tiki bar, giant A-frame on Route 1 in Saugus, very iconic. They also have a giant gift shop where they don't just have this one mug, they have a bunch. I can't remember some of the mugs off the top of my head. But when I was there my 2nd time, I just had to get this because I'm like, if this is going to go away eventually, I need a souvenir. And I didn't just get this. Like, I'll show you some other things I got. 1 second, guys. The Kowloon also didn't just make tiki mugs. They made, like, salt and pepper shakers. Like, I got these little moai guys, which were actually boxed vintage, because they never really sold them. So they were brand new. They're made by Otagiri Manufacturing Company, if you guys can see the sticker on the bottom. Really cool things to have. So, and they kind of look like little versions of the moai mug. So this is actually a modern mug. I don't know who made this, but it's a really nice vintage design. I like the glaze of it. And if it has Kowloon on the back, I'm going to add it to my collection. So that is in 4th place of my top 5 tiki mugs. Let's get my tiki mug that I love in 3rd place. Alright guys, and next up, 3rd place goes to this tiki mug, which is a little hard to find, actually. It is made by Orcas of Hawaii. The only reference of the drink that used to be served in this is if you guys watched my recent video from a few months ago, the video before this one, my vintage menu collection, the Hukilau in Salem, New Hampshire, used to serve their suffering bastards in these, with a slice of cucumber. So, I love this one because it's vintage. It's actually in pretty good condition, except for little divot over here. But I love the little cute faces on it, like the tiki faces, like one's angry and then there's just some chill dude there. And it's got a nice gloss on the inside. Little good one-person punch bowl, I'd say. This is definitely, I'd say this is right when they opened up, like in the 60s, or maybe early 50s, when Orchids of Hawaii started making things in 1952. Because, if you guys know by now, usually Orchids of Hawaii mugs have the kind of gloss stamp on the bottom of it, like this, Orchids of Hawaii. But this one has a stamp, which I'm very, very stoked about, because that means it's pretty old. One thing about these tiki mugs, do not put them in the dishwasher. If you put them in the dishwasher, one, the gloss can, like, crack in the inside. Two, the paint will come off. And three, it'll just ruin it. So don't put ceramics in the dishwasher. You have to hand wash them. Alright, let's move on to second place. Alright guys, my second favorite tiki mug is this. So this I found in an antique market in Cambridge, Mass. It is from the Honolulu restaurant, which was in, it says it on the bottom, isn't that neat, their locations, which was on Route 1 in Norwood, Massachusetts. They also had another location on Route 9 in Westboro, Massachusetts. This actually lasted a pretty long time, the restaurant. I believe it opened up somewhat in the 60s and closed down in 2007. So, really hard to say goodbye to that. I didn't get to go there when I was a kid because it had closed before I was born. But this is a really good souvenir to have. And it's in very good condition, as you guys can see. Very nice in the inside. So this is definitely one I love in my collection. And I'm going to show you guys the first place of my top 5 tiki mugs. Hint, you guys might seen this in one of my posts. First place goes to, drumroll please, this one. Now you might just think it's just a Kon-Tiki, right? If you look at the back, voila! What does that say? Bob Lee's Islander. So in case you guys are not familiar with Bob Lee's Islander, because I know a lot of tiki like addicts live in California and Florida and tropical states. Bob Lee's Islander was basically the first tiki bar that was ever in and around the New England area. Bob Lee, the guy who opened it, he was from Hong Kong, and he came here in the 1950s, and he opened up Bob Lee's Islander. Originally, it was just more like a Chinese restaurant, American-style food. It was on Tyler Street in Chinatown. The location that took over Bob Lee's Islander today is Jade Garden Restaurant. But it lasted pretty long. I believe it closed down in, I want to say, 1979 or something like that. I don't remember what year it opened. But, like, he remodeled it a ton of times before it was Bob Lee's Lantern House. Then he made, like, it into Bob Lee's Islander, which was the tiki age of it. So, I got this over the weekend. My uncle had bought it for me for my birthday, but I was away abroad for my birthday, and he, like, didn't get a chance to give it to me, and he visited it over this weekend, so he gave it to me. This is also manufactured by Otagiri, as you guys can see by the stamp on the bottom. And I was really stoked to have this. I thought it was just a Kon-Tiki mug. I was like, oh, wow, that's really cool. And then I look at the back, it says Bob Lee's Islander, and I'm like, damn. Yeah, I gotta add this to my collection, definitely. So, I'd say that's about it. Those are my top 5 favorite tiki mugs. Mahalo. Thank you for watching. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Aloha nui.